Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. We are in the A320 going from Liverpool to Rome. Chris requested this flight, so he's the honorary first officer for the flight. So let's get in here. Hello, Adam. You're back. Okay. All right, let's go in here and get this done. Hello, Chris. Welcome. It will be fun. It'll be fine. So while I'm getting the plane started, please read all the information for today's flight. It's in below the video. Just scroll through that and have a look at that, please and thank you. Morning, Mick. How are you, sir? All right. Let's go ahead and get things started up here. Make sure I have some things on. All right, perfect. Oops, checklist. Are these things going? Before we get going any further, I want to check our flight for today, our plan. Make sure there's no issues with that. I'm looking more for the arrival portion. So far it's all clear. It looks like we're good to go. All right. Perfect. All right, let's call in for our clearance.
Liverpool ground, Speedbird 2377 IFR to Ciampino, ready to copy.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, Nick. That's insane.
Take off runway 09er climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.775, squawk 4626.
Back.
Speedbird 2377 cleared to Ciampino Airport as filed. Take off runway 09er climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure on 118.775 squawk 4626.
Speedbird 2377 read back correct. Contact ground on 121.955. Good day.
Liverpool ground, Speedbird 2377 with whiskey ready to taxi IFR.
Speedbird 2377 taxi to land hold short of runway 09er using taxiway. Contact tower on 126.35 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 09er via taxiway Speedbird 2377. Liverpool ground, Speedbird 2377 requesting pushback.
Speedbird 2377 pushback.
Oh, wow.
Accepted.
That's insane. A little bit to the right here. Be able to pull out of here.
Speedbird 2377 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
Speedbird 2377, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Liverpool ground, Speedbird 2377 requesting the end of pushback.
Speedbird 2377 request to end pushback received.
The airport is close to yeah. And my dad had tornadoes. I was talking to him, and he could hear the sirens going off in the background. And he said, "Yeah, now the excuse me, his lights were turning off and on. And he was starting to flicker." So, well, let me let you go so you don't waste your phone battery. The only way he could charge his phone then, if the power goes out, is in his car. So, I'll give him a call a little later this morning and see if he survived or not. I'm sure if he had that's crazy. I need some. Hold on a second. I'm missing some things here. I thought I had them turned on. Nope, it's POI stuff. Okay, let's see. There we go. All right. So we will be going over the UK, France, Switzerland, and then on to Italy today's flight. Not sure that I will be able to see much of anything. At least climbing out over the UK, it looks like we're going to be in this bit of mess until we get above, I don't know where, how high it will be. Well, that could change in an instant, Joseph, so I wouldn't... It may say it's open now, but they could change that to, very quickly, so... Oh, it seems like the seems a little sluggish. I don't know why, but it does. Yeah. Either canceled or delayed, but whew, that's going to strand a lot of people. If I had family drop me off at the airport, I'd say don't leave until you know I'm in the air, because I might need to stay overnight one more time.
Liverpool Tower Speedbird 2377 ready for IFR departure runway 09er. Speedbird 2377 altimeter 29.03, wind 221 and 25. Cleared for takeoff runway 09er. Cleared for takeoff runway 09er Speedbird 2377.
There we go. I'm going to call him and ask him to reopen it, Joseph. Let's say, Mr. Addy says, get that airport open now. I don't care what the weather's like. I want to fly. Get it open now. I think we are all set. You know what? I'm just going to get a little bit of light in here. Just because. Just to give it. Yeah, no doubt, Chris. Exactly. All right, let's get near, shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Wow, we're just going to barely clear those trees. Whew. Goodness gracious, that was close.
Speedbird 2377 contact Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day.
Wow.
118.775 for Speedbird 2377. Manchester Center Speedbird 2377 is at 1,400 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Speedbird 2377 Manchester Center altimeter 29.03 continuous plan.
Diverted to Switzerland. Wow, that's a pretty far diversion. All the way to Switzerland? Or maybe they were en route? Or, wow, that's insane. Oh boy. To be diverted all the way to Switzerland, that's That's wow. All right, we are on our way. Any moment now we should get the clearance to go higher. Should be.
Speed 7 climb
There
and
we go.
maintain 15,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 15,000 feet. Speedbird 2377.
All right, now that we're on our way, I'm going to have a little bit of coffee here. I tell you what, I slept absolutely amazing last night. I was so tired. By 8:30 last night, I could not keep my eyes open. I went to bed and slept. I am so well rested. I feel way better than I did yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. After that stream yesterday, I thought I was coming down with something. Like you get that kind of the aches and pains of like when you've got a cold coming on. I had that, and I was just like, oh. So I just kind of chilled in the recliner, dozed a little bit, and then I was still pretty tired, and so I tried to stay up as long as possible. But by 8:30, I was just like, I gotta go to bed, and I went to bed, and I was out the whole night. So yeah. Felt good. Did I say 15 or 7? Did I get that right? Did I say 15 or 17? 15. Okay. I was looking at the number. I was like, did I dial that in wrong? Yeah, I was pretty tired. Oh, we're climbing up above the stuff now. That's a good sign. Like when I was just, oh yeah, I really was, Joseph. Because I thought, well, maybe if after the stream was over, I thought, well, if I just fall asleep here in the recliner for a bit. That would be fine. And I kind of, like, I rested. I felt a little bit better after a while, but then...
Climb and maintain flight level 230. Climb and maintain flight level 230, Speedbird 2377.
There we go. Well, we got some sun up here. Look at that. Yay. What was this? Yeah, so last night I was making sure I had everything set for today's flight. You know, like what gate we were going to be departing from and all that. And it was tough because I was like trying to make sure I had all my notes written down for the flight. And I was like, okay. I got through that, and then I'm like, okay, I'm feeling tired, but I'm like, I want to stay at least till 9:30, then I'll definitely sleep through the night. And I was like, nope, my body was like, nuh-uh. I'm going to sleep now, buddy. So, yeah, it was, so we're on our way to Pedig. So we're on our way to. There we go. Yeah, I really was, and I thought for sure I was coming down with something. I'm like, I haven't been around anybody who's sick. You know, I try to steer clear of folks and only go out when I absolutely have to, but yeah. Whew. Anyway, alright, we're on our way here. So yeah, we got a little bit of, well, we got a lot of sunshine up here, but look at all that mess down below us. Ooh, that's loud. That is loud. Yeah, there we go. Lovely British Airways. Oh, so let's talk about yesterday's roadmap update, whatever, developer update. So last night, everything. Now I tried to wait until I wanted to see everything that was released. Although I knew what was coming. You know, we only got 2 aircraft, both of them were prop planes. Nothing that anybody was like waiting for or wanting or whatever. So not gonna lie, it was very disappointing. Although, you know, some airports, no more of the night scenes and all that kind of stuff. But we were hoping for some kind of reasonable amount of aircraft, you know, something that people were like, I really wanted this plane, and you know, that sort of thing. No, we got 2 props and that's it. Burdock did release more liveries for the A320. Some European stuff. They have the EasyJet, I think now. They have a bunch of stuff for the A320. So I will be picking those up eventually. They have A320, and they also have 4 liveries for the 747.
2377, climb and maintain flight level 330. Climb and maintain flight level 330, Speedbird 2377.
I think we need to go to... I almost forgot about that. I need to go to 320. I totally forgot about that. So yeah, it was a bit of a lackluster stuff being released. Nothing of note. Really disappointing. So I get that in theory they are holding true to their word that they are releasing, there would be some aircraft released in the next few weeks, and that's true. But it's nothing that was that people were excited about, or there was no indication in the forums or anything like, I hope one of these like, I think people are waiting for more, jetliners or whatever. It's a bit disheartening. I'm not gonna lie. It really is. It's hard to be excited about it anymore. It took them forever to release the roadmap. Usually about 5:30ish, the developer update would be released, and it would show all the things that were happening, and then you could look at the updates for the marketplace. And it was like, it just kept going on, and waiting, and it was like, I think I messed this up a bit. Okay, Joseph, sounds good. We'll be here. So yeah, it was a bit disappointing, not gonna lie. And I've since just signed out from the forums. I don't even want to get my hopes up anymore that every Thursday we're gonna see something really significant. I'd rather just be, I'd rather just wait and not get my hopes up and just not know until the update stuff comes out, and then it's like, okay, now I can either be upset or I can be happy, but it's just, yeah. But the livery packs are welcome. It's nice to see somebody doing some work to give us some real world. So for like the 747, for instance, it's the, oh my goodness, I keep doing that. I hit one button, I hit both at the same time for some reason. So you get American Airlines, Lufthansa, British Airways, and Alitalia or something like that, which is no longer in existence. Alitalia went out of business apparently a few years ago, and so now it is pretty much, it ceased operations I think last year officially, and the government now has the control of the airline. So anyways, that's where we're at with that. Doing that crazy. Well, alright, something's not right. We're losing way too much speed. Let's dial this back just a bit.
Speedbird 2377, contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
118.475 Speedbird 2377.
We need to get some speed back up here.
2377 is passing flight level 305, climbing flight level 330.
Speedbird 2377, London Center, continue to well in as planned.
We've got a pretty good crosswind, 136, 135. Man, absolutely insane. Cannot get this to go any higher than 240. It's like we're stuck there. Wow, look at that. Look how look at the direction to our marker and which way we're flying, or the nose is pointing. That's just insane. Yeah, we got that little bouncy sort of action going on here. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. We're gonna have to do this. Boy, this is really making it tough. We're losing speed, we're not getting to our altitudes very well. Alright, let's see if we got it fixed. Let's see if it keeps a steady climb here. Looks like it will be. Alright, I'm guessing we'll go to 370 here once we get close to or at 330. So I'm going to let this plane build up some speed before we go up that high. That's just insane with that crosswind. Whew, man. Crazy. So yeah, I'm not going to partake in the forums anymore. Not interested in their Q&A session because I just don't get the sense that there's so many problems with the sim right now that it's hard to know when or if we're ever going to get a reasonably great experience here on the Xbox. They said it was going to be just like it would be on the PC. I don't get the sense that that is really the case, that we're getting that.
Flight level 370 Speedbird 2377.
Let's put a 310, maybe that'll be a little bit easier. I want to get some speed in this thing. Looks like it's not wanting to go. Alright. I should have gotten it up faster earlier on. So yeah, I'm getting a little disappointed, but I'm gonna try to continue to fly what we have. I'm not going to, or I'm not giving up on the sim at all. Don't read me the wrong way. I'm a bit disappointed. We were told things, and essentially they did hold to their word, but it wasn't, I think people were looking for something like, something more than what they've been releasing. And the things that we've been waiting for they're coming, but it may be months and months before we get them. I don't know that they're going to be able to tide over the anger in the Xbox community any longer, quite honestly. I don't think that they can. So, yeah, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot, I think. And I signed out of the forums last night because I figured at some point it was today, possibly sometime today, or in the next few days, the forums are just going to be filled with a lot of anger and unfortunately a lot of hate too. But generally anger and disappointment. And I know they're going to say, well, we still got stuff coming, so don't get upset just yet. Well, it's kind of hard not to get upset when so yeah, it's a bit I just rather not even look at it or try to be reasonable or whatever, or even try to defend Asobo or / Microsoft. I just can't be bothered anymore. They've managed to step in it, for lack of a better term. They really have. So, yeah. And it's up to them to sort it out. And maybe they will, maybe they won't. Oh, Bex is in the house. Hello, Bex. Nice to see you here. Thank you for taking care of the pole dancer, as Mick likes to call them. So, anyways, so yeah, that's the state of the. Go to. Should be 0.7. Oops. Ooh, that's too high. There we go. And this would be interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, Bex. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I've been kind of focusing on things here because we've had a bit of a. It's been interesting to say the least. So, thank you. Good morning. Hello, Pithers. So, yeah, I apologize. I may have missed it. Things have been a little bit off this morning as far as our climb to 370, but we're on our way. So we're making it. So we have 798 nautical miles to go. That is, let's have a looky here. What did I say? 795. So that's 915 statute miles to our destination. That would be if you were on the road. Of course, that's a straight shot to our destination. So, but we're on our way. Chris's requested flight. Slowly making our way to kind of getting to 360. We're still making our climb. It's just a bit slow. But everything should kind of sort itself out once we get to our cruising altitude here. Yeah. Oh boy, I can't imagine trying to land a plane that big in those winds. Whew. Even the most experienced pilots are probably like, yeah, I'll give it a shot, but I'm not sure. I mean, you might as well just go like, I think it's best if we go to another airport. Let's get diverted or something. Man, that is, even with all the systems that they have, that must be like, maybe they don't even trust the systems to try to bring the plane in safely. That's just insane. Alright, so we still got quite a bit of distance to go here. So, I think we've more than passed. I want to think we've passed over England and maybe in France right now, but since we had all that cloud cover, it was hard to see, and at our altitude we don't get to see the names of the cities below or anything, so we don't know what's what. So again, today is woke me up. There's been 3 to 4 trees coming down just the other side of the yard. Wow, that's crazy. Well, hopefully nobody gets injured. Hate to see property damage, but I guess that if you had a choice between property damage and being injured or dying, I think the property damage is. This guy I'm watching just made it on the BBC News showing what's going on at Heathrow. Oh wow. Well, that'll make for some interesting YouTube videos, that's for sure. Not much, Joseph. We're on our way still. Yeah, we're just sitting here chilling. I'm gonna try to finish some more of my coffee. I think after this flight's over, I'm going to get dressed and run to Walmart and get a few things, because they said we might get a snowstorm here this weekend. Don't know how bad it's going to be, but they said we might be getting one. Because my dad said, aren't you supposed to get snow the next couple days or so? And I'm like, we almost got blown away by the wind. Goodness, Joseph, that's not good. Nope. Try to stay indoors then. Don't go out there unless you absolutely have to. Don't need the crisps or anything like that. Oh, there's a guy, I don't think they do it from the roof of their vans, but they find a parking garage near like LAX and they stream live from near LAX and they do the same thing. That's like a very big thing, very popular. I didn't know that, but that's like a very popular thing now. People want to see these, and the cool thing is that they also kind of monitor the radio traffic, so they know who's coming in, and they'll tell viewers like, oh, if you're looking for this particular airline, yeah, Mick. Yep. There you go. Mick said it best. Joseph, just stay inside, man. You don't need those crisps. It's not worth risking your life over. Wow, we kind of... Nope, we're still making it. We're still making it. We're there. We're almost there. Come on. Just a little bit more. A little bit more. Who's a good plane? You're a good plane. Come on, little good plane. There we go. 370. We're there. Da-da. Now we can speed up a little bit. good plane. You're going to get some fresh oil when we get to Italy. Yes, you will. Oh, pithers. No, I'm not going to allow. Don't. Your boat's not running as well. You mean like your ferry boat or something? What boat? Like a... I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, pithers, but I can't. That's all. It's all good. Yeah, Joseph, don't take any chances like that, man. That's not safe. Just like if it was starting to snow here right now and it was coming down, I'd be like, well, I guess I'm not going to Walmart today. I'm just gonna have to, make the best of what I have here. So yeah, don't take any chances like that. Well, all right, I'll be honest. I probably would have taken some chances, but you got to weigh your risk. But for crisps, Joseph, that's not. It's not healthy. If you were like, oh, I went to the store and got some apples, maybe that's a different story. But we know that you're not a big apple fan, so. But yeah. I think Camilla's going to need to have a word with your mother about you. You know what Camilla's like. They'll say, just put him on the next plane to the Bronx. I'll take care of him. We're just taking small chunks out of our, we haven't hit anything and it may come up soon. The distance between the markers have been fairly reasonable, well, not reasonable, but we see them, they're kind of spaced somewhat close together, what we normally would see, but that may change here once we get maybe past this marker or two. It may go maybe significant distances, and that'll just show, but, yeah. Well, it looks like it was raining last night when I went to bed, or it looked like it wasn't like a heavy rain, but it'd been like a lot of the snow has melted. It was fairly decently warm, like it was almost in the high 40s, almost low 50s yesterday. So that with the rain has melted a lot of the snow, which makes for messy roads and sidewalks. I don't think anything froze over last night, but it's hard to tell. I'm looking at like a little puddle of water here in the parking lot, and it doesn't look frozen, I don't think. Like the tops of the cars aren't frozen or have like a light coating of frost, so that's a good sign.
126.475 Speedbird 2377. Paris Center Speedbird 2377.
Oh, so we are over France now.
Speedbird
Nice.
2377 Paris Center. Continue to Bravo November. Echo is planned.
We're definitely over the continental Europe. Heads up, people are having issues with YouTube. What kind of issues, Mick? Or are people, like, I haven't seen anything to suggest that I'm having any issues, but it may be that the folks that are streaming over there because of the weather are having some issues. So, I don't know. Alright, so tomorrow we have Spitfire Saturday. We will be back in Kansas. We will be flying from Junction City to Beatrice, Nebraska. Sunday we will be in the G44, the Grumman. We're going from Southern Seaplane Airport at Belle Chase, and we're going down to a water runway in Venice, Louisiana, I believe. That's where I think that airport is. Monday we will be in the Beechcraft Baron, going from Topeka to Omaha. Tuesday the 350i from Telluride to Oklahoma City. Wednesday 350i Amarillo to San Antonio. Thursday the Cessna 172 Yellowknife to Hay River, and then Friday's flight Tucson to Jacksonville in the Cessna Longitude. Not the C4J, it's the other one. So that should be a good flight. So do join us for those, and then we'll go from that Friday the 25th. We'll talk about all that as we get on in the week and get closer to those days. So Chris's flight today is the last official viewer requested flights for the month of February. Thank you all for the suggestions. Hello, Amela. So yeah, really good stuff. So start looking, because a week from today we will open it up again. So if you have any thoughts or ideas for a flight, do get all that information together. If you want to know what information I need, it is in all that information below the video. Just scroll down, it'll say this is what I need and whatnot. And we will have enough time that I can take a couple requests for sure, that I can look at while we're flying once we get up to our cruising altitude. And so yeah, we'll go from there once we get going. We are in our almost our first hour of the flight. I think I'm going to put this on max because it's a fairly short runway. So I think I'm just going to put it on. Oops, it won't allow me to select max. Okay. Medium or low. Yowzer. That's interesting. Okay, well, we're going to have to. Plane is going to be hard to landing. What do you mean, Joseph? We go over just behind the fair yard. The top tree came to a stop about 3 feet from one of the rides that we have built. Wow. Sounds like you're going to have a lot of cleanup later today there. Which plane is going to be hard to land, Joseph? Are you talking about me landing, or are you talking about something else landing? I'm kind of confused here. Ooh, that's a big chunk right there. 246 nautical? Yeah, look at that. That'll take a big chunk out of our distance once we get there. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if you were talking about me or if you were talking about something else. I think we'll be fine, because once we come into... Well, no, we're going to have a bit of a crosswind the entire way, unfortunately. Swing a chainsaw about later tomorrow. Oh boy. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, Mick, that flight that you guys, or not the flight, the driving last night, that was just, man. Well, it wasn't your driving, it was the AI driving, and then, unfortunately, Pulse had the issues with the, I guess, his connection or something. It was just all kinds of wonky, and yeah, that was crazy. I wouldn't have believed it, but I saw it myself. That was some serious insanity last night. So I think we can turn off that. Where is it? Don't know. I think we could let the passengers about the cabin. It's in-flight service. I think we're settled down enough now. En route to Rome. So this runway, I think what we're going to have to do is once we touch down, we're going to have to reverse the engines and try to come to a stop or slow down very quickly, because we're going to run out of runway. So we got to really, it's going to be difficult. I got to wait to almost the last minute to get everything done. My driving. I don't know that it was necessarily that Amilla. Possibly, I don't know, because I didn't really see what was happening, so I can't comment on that for sure. It may have been, I don't know, but no, there seemed to be a bunch of things going on that just, for lack of a better term, made for a perfect storm last night for Pulse. So I don't necessarily think it was you. There was a lot of other things happening as well. So. You're just walking carnage. I just like to see what other little knobs work, and there's a radar mode. I don't think the weather one is working just yet. Let's see if we can turn it though. No, that's not working at all. Okay. Yeah. It'd be nice when we get that working. Oh, that's 2 of them now. Imagine that. Bets is on it today. Feel sorry them plane coming into land. Well, I don't feel sorry for the plane. I feel sorry for the folks trying to land. That's very stressful, and people are trying to get somewhere, and that's very difficult because people have places they want to go. So, all right, but the planes will be fine. They'll make it. Survive. I mean, I feel the past. Oh my goodness, with all that turbulence and everything, I'm sure some folks have gotten physically ill there on the plane. I shouldn't laugh. That's me, but it happens. All right, let's look at the weather for our destination. What are we expecting to do? Oh, it's not far off from where we took off from. Not raining. So, well, actually, it is way different. The altimeter reading is 30.09, so that is much better than where we left. Because it was, what, 2903 or something, I think? Yeah, something like that. So that's good. Our destination seems to be a bit more, bit better weather-wise. So look at all this. Look at this below us. Now it looks like rain clouds down there. Boy, those engines are loud from the front. Whew. A good choice, Chris, I think. Yeah, I think we'll be just fine with this flight today. We are an hour and 2 minutes into the flight, just plugging along here. It said about 2.5 hours. I estimated about that 2.5 to 3 hours just in case anything happens. It may take about 3 hours with this wind because we've got this crosswind and we're not really flying straight per se. We're not quite, we're roughly right there at 370. It's struggling to maintain its right on the dot, but we're fine. We're not like significantly low or anything. We're within the tolerable ranges, I guess. Still got quite a bit to go to get to our arrival point. Let's just have a look here. So our arrival point is Giddo.
Contact Paris Center on 118.05. Good day. 118.05 for Speedbird 2377. Paris Center Speedbird 2377 flight level 370.
Speedbird 2377 Paris Center, continue as planned.
Did I miss it or something? There it is, right there. All right, that's our arrival point right there. So we've got a lot to cover still. And then from there we go. So it's when we come in here, this is basically our should be our approach right on in to runway. So that's what we got to do. Looks like everything is working as intended. So, all right, I am going to take a break for a moment. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right. Well, thanks, Joseph. It looks like, huh? It looks like it's snowed, like, or we've had something's happened since the last time I looked outside. Like there was like a very fine. It's not snow. I mean, it's not sticking, so it's not. It might have just been not even close to freezing rain. Interesting. Oh, I am. Thank you. I took a drink and I forgot. Thank you, Bex. Appreciate it. So I just texted my dad to make sure he survived the tornadoes last night. He said he survived. I asked him if there was any damage to the house, so I'm waiting to see if he had any of that going on. Yeah. Thank you, Bella. I got it. I got it. Thank you. So yeah, I did have a swig of coffee and I just forgot because I wanted to text my dad to see if he is okay. So I forgot to take the mute button off. They had those sirens going off, and he was trying to watch the news to get the updates about the weather last night. It looks like we've had wind kind of pushing us, kind of, but not. If it was a little bit more in line with us, that would help out immensely. It's kind of coming from behind us, but it's. I'll put it back on arc since we are. Change the radar. Does it change the arc at all? No, it doesn't change it. Yeah, I was just wanting to make sure he was okay, and I just lost my train of thought, so to speak, I guess. Might be without power for a day or two, I would imagine. If the power lines are down, and they might be, because any trees near those power lines very likely brought those lines down. Still over Paris. Or over France, I mean.
128 decimal tree for Speedbird
I think.
2377.
Over a lot of clouds, that's for sure.
Speedbird 2377, flight level 370.
Speedbird 2377, Ream Center, continue to Hotel Romeo as planned.
That's what happens when you multitask. You forget things. Better to know now than... I was going to call him eventually, but I'd rather know now that he's okay. Why is the truck here with the plow and the salt? That doesn't make any sense. Huh, okay. Kind of, it's not snowing dramatically, so that seemed a bit of a waste of time and effort to drive through like that. I would like this to see what are all these buttons. Does it show what it does? Like that says engine infos. So that's that information there over. Yeah, Chris, I think you picked a good flight today. Or for today, not today, but for today, I should say. Oh. See, this doesn't have that where you can click it and it automatically throttles like the 747 has it. You know, I need to check the 787 to see if it's working, if they fix the altimeter stuff or not. I'd really like to try another flight in that, and that may be the end of March flight. Maybe we'll do a 787 flight. I'm not going to lie, it's a bit difficult to sit for 6 hours. It really is. Even if I get up and walk around and everything, it's not. It's very difficult, and it's not very healthy either. I don't eat. I mean, I was eating, but it's not anything healthy either, so it wasn't really giving me the energy to that I need to keep going, I guess. So yeah, it's yeah, it's very difficult to do. But I know it gets a lot of viewers in, but it's just not it's not very healthy for me to do. What that is. Yeah, that's a lot to undertake. You know, luckily, you know, one of the things I noticed, like Captain Arish, his girlfriend or spouse or whoever, I don't know if they're married or whatever, but you know, like when he's flying, she'll bring him something to eat during the stream, because I mean those are usually about 3 or 4 hours sometimes, depending on the route. So he's fortunate that somebody's kind of looking after him. It's only me looking after me right now. I'm sure if I was in the same living space as Dora or Doris, that would be a different story. But yeah, kind of hard to look after yourself and do all this at the same time. Especially when things happen that we don't expect. You know, like right now, our flight plan looks amazing. Like, you know, it looks like we're not going to have any issues, but that doesn't mean we won't have any issues as we get closer to our airport. So, okay, take care, Mela. See you later, I'm sure. Enjoy your day. Nice to see you as always. Oh, look, our third pole dancer of the day. Mela leaves and a pole dancer shows up. What's up with that? Guess the pole dancer was trying to say bye to you also there, Milla. So really quick, Bex, I happened to pop over. Now this, of course, was before all the shenanigans happened to Pulse. I was looking in the chat, and I noticed that you had put something to a certain someone who remained nameless about if the midterm had been good to him or not, and he didn't answer. Kind of just it's like he left. I noticed that was quite entertaining. I'm not going to lie. And, you know, and all he had to do is go like, yeah, it was good, but it's like he's upset that he's been found out. You know, because in his mind he's got this fantasy world built up for some reason or another. So yeah, really crazy stuff. 17. Okay. I was like looking at my stuff. I'm like, I want to make sure I'm on the right page for our stuff coming up here. All right, we just passed HR. Go, that is behind us, so we should. Oops. It'll automatically update this way. So yeah, very yeah. Yeah, very strange. And I don't know what was said, because I heard Pulse say, "I'm not stupid," like that person had said something to him in the chat, and I don't know what it was that caused Pulse to say that, but it must have been something, I guess, kind of serious. Oh, we're near Switzerland now. We're getting into Switzerland airspace. Yay.
125.55 Speedbird 2377. Geneva Center Speedbird 2377 flight level 370. Speedbird 2377 Geneva Center, continue to Ducy as planned.
Continue to Ducy as planned. But yeah, he's
Speedbird 2377 contact Zurich Center on 126.225.
crossing Geneva into Zurich's airspace. Wow. I'm gonna get bounced around here, watch. I mean, you gotta really... Normally, like, Pulse is pretty chill with some of the stuff being said into in the chat, but whatever it was that he'd said to Pulse did not go well with Pulse. Oh. Send a 4-year-old picture, not... Oh, so Pulse asked him, like, can I see your picture, a picture of your computer? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because the way he made it sounded like he had this super duper system or some crazy stuff. Wow. I don't know about that guy. He's just... I don't know. Ooh, look at, we got these snowy mountains coming up. Look at that. Oh, a little bit choppy coming through here. Let's put the... It's going to get choppy over the mountains here as we cross over into Italy. Yeah. Well, good. He needs to be called out. That guy, he's got something is not right. I don't know what it is, but there's this something's not adding up about him, but I don't know. All right, so 399. Let's see. We have 459 statute miles left to go. So we are, so early on we were like 900 something. So we are certainly past our halfway point, I believe. So we are nearing the end of our flight soon. Thank you all for coming in today. Wow, look at that. It is really... So it looks like we're just taking these small chunks out now with these markers. That's just fine. Maybe we'll get one more big distance here after this marker coming up in front of us here. We'll see once we pass it. Get past it. Look at all those snowy mountaintops. 97. Okay, so that's a pretty decent chunk there that we're going to be flying to next. So where are we at now? How much longer till we get to our... So, okay. Possible. These all must be fairly close together. Where's my... Okay, there. So after, we got to look for cookies. So that's another page or two. Yeah, that's just... You know, the bad part is all of his lies can be refuted, and I think if he gets angry about it and gets angry with the people who are calling him out on it, that he'll people will relent on his they'll apologize and all that. Why does it say identify off? It's kind of strange. I would think that would be on. Yeah, it's simple. Yeah, because he's done that before, where he's gotten out of control in Pulse's chat, and then Bex has kind of put him in his place, and then he apologizes, but then says, "Oh, I meant to wind her up, or I was having a go at her," So yeah, his behavior is just it's very erratic. Like sometimes he'll come in and just chill and it's all good, and then other times you just, you never know what to expect. So, oh yeah. Look at that. I don't know if I had my... Oh! on a different note, today would have been it is the 124th birthday of Enzo Ferrari. He was born on this day in 1898. So he would be 124 years old if he was still alive. So, happy birthday to the founder of Ferrari, Enzo. Good stuff right there. Very historic, very legendary car manufacturer, racing, driving, and whatnot. Yeah, I saw they had a little discussion about it, or a little video from Ferrari this morning. I watched that this morning as I was getting up. Really, really nice. So, yeah, good stuff. I did have a memory popped up on my phone through photos that I had a I'm trying to remember when I went back to California for spring break because I was at the community college then. It was my last semester. I went to the visited the Japanese Cultural Center, the tea gardens, the yeah. Picture. Oh, man, I forgot. Sometimes I forget when I take pictures of my mom's dog, and they had to put her down, unfortunately. So she was getting old, getting sick. But yeah, I miss the Japanese Cultural Center. It was always a cool place to hang out. Always stuff to see. Well, I mean, it's all pretty much standard. You know, the stores only on a rare occasion will change if something goes out of business and somebody else takes over the space. But I always like there's this really cool little mom and pop restaurant there that I like to go to. I had some sushi and I had some salmon. It was like teriyaki salmon. It was really good. Yeah, always enjoyed visiting there. They have a bookstore. Well, it's all in Japanese, you know, all the books and magazines. But if you are a hobby enthusiast, they usually have a lot of hobby magazines for model building and stuff like that. They have a whole store that has like really nice pens and pencils. You know, because for some reason that is I don't know, excuse me, I don't know why, but in Japan that's a writing instrument is like a big deal, you know. So, yeah, they have all these different kinds of pens and pencils, mechanical stuff. Oh, it's trying to snow. Getting something, but it's not really much. It's not very significant. Like, I don't know if it's like, if it is snow, it's very small flakes. Nothing really major. So, all right, Joseph, welcome back. So, yeah. I like that every now and then I get a reminder of a memory or something on my phone, pictures or whatever. So, yeah, I'd gone home and then I stayed in the Bay Area and then drove up to my mom and stepdad's place and stayed with them for a little bit, and then flew back here. And it was the first time that I got to see all the devastation from the fire that was called the Camp Fire that destroyed. Wow, look at that turbulence. Man, ooh, it suddenly changed. Hold on a second. I just saw it. It dropped down to 76. Look at that. Look how quickly it's changing. That is insane. It like gusts and then it comes back down. Wow. So yeah, it was the first time because I'd seen it on, I'd seen pictures of it on the web and seen some, video coverage of it and all that, but to see it in person is something completely different. And it was so bad, like the dog was even affected by it. Like the dog was depressed. A lot of people are walking on the pier and recording on their phones. Well, that's just stupid, Joseph. If they get injured, it's on them. I mean, that's not very smart. If there's a code that says stay home, and I get it, most people are going to be like, I'm going to take my chances because I'm going to record this video and I want to be famous for 15 minutes, but you could be also severely injured or dead, so is it really worth it? No, probably not, but people are going to do what people are going to do, unfortunately. So yeah, it was very, because when I drove up through there, my mom told me, she said, just be aware that all of the landmarks that you normally would use to make sure you're going the right direction, not that I had a problem with that, but she said a lot of the stuff that you're used to seeing is no longer there. I'm just letting you know now, and she was not kidding. Everything that I was used to seeing was gone, just destroyed. And it was really heartbreaking to see it in person. All right, we're talking to Milan now. Nice. Yeah, look at this. Really nice scenery, though, with the snow-covered hills, mountains. Feels the Swiss Alps. We're flying over.
Speedbird 2377 Milan Center, continue to Pipa as planned.
Alright, so we are on our way to that marker. So we still got a little bit more to go to get to our MSFS. So it should be like one more page, I think. Nope. So that's what we're looking for. Kugix is the one. We'll probably start descending from Kugix and then just do it like an initial altitude reduction. Well, I mean, they'll still get treatment if they are severely injured, but they're going to be like, well, what were you doing out here? Not that that's going to change anything, quite honestly, but it's just there's times that you could take a chance or take a risk, and it's very minimal. But in a situation like weather, unfortunately, there's not much you can do because you might think, okay, I'm safe right now, but something could happen that is out of your control that you don't expect to happen, and bam, you're injured or dead. And it may be a significant injury. You could break an arm, break a leg, whatever, But people are going to take those chances because they're going to get some fame out of it, They're going to be on YouTube and everybody's like, oh, these are awesome videos, or some news organizations will pay them for that footage. So they may get something financially out of it. I don't know how much, but hey, they're willing to take that risk. They might get something good out of it, but I don't know that it'd be worth it. That whatever little bit of money that it would be. But I don't know. Anyway. You know what I've been doing? I keep looking for the button to push it. I forget I should just push the Y button. That should engage the autopilot. while we're climbing out. I don't have to like try to find the button and push it as we're climbing out of the airport. That's the one good thing about this plane. It's all, you're not looking for the navigation buttons and all that other stuff. It's just one button handles it all right there. So, all right, we're making our way slowly but surely. Let's see if we can have a big picture look here. So basically, that's what we got left to do. Kind of trying, that's about the best zoom I can get. So all that's ahead of us. So it looks like from here, from this point here to Gedod, is, there's a bit of distance it looks like there. So from Kugix to, I'm sure there's going to be a pretty good reduction in altitude between the two, but we'll find out once we get closer. But that's what we got left to do, folks. So we are nearing the end of the flight. So we have hour 45 streaming time, hour 43 flight time. So not too far off from one another, only by a couple minutes. That's mainly because we've had, I show you guys kind of what we're doing before we spawn in, and then we got to get the plane all started up and all that kind of stuff. So there's a bit of stuff to do before we even get in the air. So yeah, it's gone pretty well. So technically, if it could be that we only have about 45 more minutes left of flying, possibly. Oh wait, yeah, 45 more minutes of flying, roughly. I had to double check the math in my head. Math is never my strong subject, but I just wanted to make sure I figured that correctly. So it is 18 after 1 in the afternoon. So I think Italy is... So that says that's 4 hours. That's universal time. So I think it's like, I think Italy is an hour ahead of UK time. So it would be, I think it's like 2:19 in the afternoon there. Matter of fact, let me see if I can't find out. Let's refresh this. Yeah, 2:19 in the afternoon. Okay, I was right. All right. Thank you once again to Chris for the suggestion for the flight for today. Really have enjoyed it so far. We've not had any major hiccups or anything. Knock on fake wood. So, okay. My dad just got back to me about the house, so everything's in good shape. That's good. He's okay. The house is okay. So that's good. Good to know. Yeah, the only thing was that runway was a bit short. It was, I didn't know that we were actually going to clear the trees by the time we had to pull back for our V1 speed. It was very close. But we made it. That's all good. Yeah, it has been, Chris. Absolutely. Now, when we get on the ground, I'm going to try, before we end the flight, I'm going to get up out of the chair kind of and go through the door here. We can't unlock it, but I'm going to see if we just go past that door, if there's anything in that passenger cabin space. You know, like, does it have seats and all that kind of stuff? Is it modeled like we would expect it to be? I'm guessing the answer is going to be no, but we'll find out for sure. Looks like we finally got past the... I'm going to let the passengers out of the chair one more time in case they need to go and clean themselves up after that turbulence over the Swiss Alps. So yeah, that's behind us now. Boy, that front is really loud. But that's good, because I think that's what it really sounds like. You know? So... looks like these are all kind of close together, possibly. It says 13:30. So I'm guessing we're supposed to be on the ground by 14:30 local. Or 13:30 Universal Time Code. Being ripped apart. But wow! That's the stadium for who, Mick? Who plays there? That's insane. Is that Arsenal Stadium or is that... No. I thought that was like a football stadium for one of the big teams or something, but wow, that's insane. Better get under your bed and hide there, Joseph. It's coming for you next. Wow, that's really bad. If it's affecting a building of that size, that's insane. Wow. That's insane. Better gobble up them crisps quickly, Joseph. Man, that's just... Well, hopefully everybody makes it out okay. Nobody's killed or injured. That's the important part. The stadium will be rebuilt, although, I mean, well, I'm sure they're insured, but that's, wow. The cost of that damage is going to be enormous. Right where I live. Oh, well, better hunker down there, Joseph, just in case. That's insane. I'm surprised that you still have internet connection, quite honestly, because I would have thought that a lot of that would have been gone by now. That's insane. Oh. So, like, even with the tornado down where my dad lives, I'm surprised he's got cellular service, or, you know, phone service at all. But it's working, so I mean, it may not have. By the time it got to him or it passed, it didn't do nearly as much damage as it could have. So that's crazy. There was something. Excuse me. A little burpy this morning. Now, Mick, or did the girls go to school today, or did they stay home because of the weather? Or are they being brought home early because of the weather? Or sent home early, not brought home, but sent home early. Oh, so they're not at school. So half term is it like a break then, Bex? Is that what I understand? Or they only did a half term at school and then they're basically off. I'm not familiar with the way the schools are over. Oh, okay, they're off. Okay, gotcha. Well, at least they're home then, so you don't have to worry about them being out at school. But all the schools are, whatever was open has been closed because of the weather. That's crazy. That's just insane. Okay, so that marker is Lomed. All right, so we go to 3. Let's just go to 330. Just round it off. We'll go up. Well, no, let's go 320. It's 5,000 feet. Reduction.
Vermont Center Speedbird 2377. Request flight level 320.
Speedbird 2377, descend and maintain flight level 320.
Descend and maintain flight level 320 Speedbird 2377.
All right. Start our initial. The O2 has a big hole in it. Put the seatbelt signs back on. A little bumpy coming out of the stratosphere, it looks like. So yeah, we got some reductions in altitude here coming up. This flight's gone, I mean, pretty straightforward here. Can't deny it's been. Oh, now it's a little bit heavier snow. Not too heavy, but The flakes are a little bit larger than they were before. Right now, so far, it's kind of like a dusting, but not even close yet. So once we get to 320, I'll ask to go to 260. Okay. So 6,000 feet.
Launch Center Speedbird 2377. Request flight level 260.
Speedbird 2377 descend and maintain flight level 320. Expect flight level 260.
Descend and maintain flight level 320. Expect flight level 260.
Okay.
Speedbird 2377.
It'll tell us to go here any moment now.
Speedbird 2377
No.
descend and maintain flight level 260.
Descend and maintain flight level 260. Speedbird 2377.
Let's go to at least 270. Let's go actually 302. 9. How about that? Perfect. That should be more than sufficient.
Speedbird 2377 contact Rome Center on 1.1.1. Good day.
Going to 1.1.1.
All right.
Speedbird 2377. Rome Center Speedbird 2377 is passing flight level 270, descending flight level 260.
Speedbird 2377 Rome Center, continue to Kujix as planned.
Wow. Oh, look, another pole dancer. What, about our 4th or 5th one today? I think that's number 5. Thank you, Bex. Bex has been on it today. Yep, a little bit of snow. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be significant or not today. Let's have a look here. It's 21 degrees, real feel of -3 degrees Fahrenheit. Oof. Little to no accumulation today. So it's not going to be significant. Tomorrow we're supposed to get about 1 inch of snow. So this is just a dusting basically right here. Even tomorrow snow will be about a dusting. Ooh, 14,000 feet. Another 8,000 feet.
Rome Center Speedbird 2377. Request flight level 180.
Nope, that was not it.
Speedbird 2377 descend and maintain flight level 180. Keep speed not above 250 knots.
Descend and maintain
That's
flight
fine.
level 180. Keep speed not above 250 knots. Speedbird 2377.
Alright, so let's slow down first. was it 18,000 feet? Yeah, okay. Then we'll go to 14,000. Had a good sleep. Yeah, me too, Bex. Me too. Oh man, I went to bed about 8:30 last night and I slept. Oh my goodness. I was just so wiped out the other day. Yeah. I got up at about 5 this morning, even though I had my alarm set for 5:30. I'm like, oh, might as well get up. I feel pretty well rested and get things going and have me some cereal, have a bit of coffee. Feel a lot better than I did yesterday, that's for sure. Oof. So I think, let's just look at the meter again. So what we'll do is we'll 3006, okay. I'll dial that in for our, that looks so bad. Well, you know, stuff happens, Joseph, and they'll fix it back up. I'm sure they've got the financial ability to do that. You know, I'm sure it's insured, so you know, I mean, that's good in a way. I mean, it's going to put people to work. So all that construction, all those folks doing all that are going to get paid pretty good for fixing the whole thing up. So now I didn't look. Let's see. What is the approach we are in this one? Transition level by 18. Okay. So we'll wait for, we'll be close to 18. We're getting there. So we still got enough distance to go that I can get the. I mean, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it's gonna. The sad part is that travesty is going to provide jobs for folks. Or, you know, a lot of those construction companies are going to, you know, they're going to have to bid to do the work, and, you know, so they have to look at who's the lowest bidder, kind of. You know, they're going to want it to be done for the lowest possible amount of money, if they can help it. But, yeah, that's the unfortunate part, is it does provide jobs. Not that you want it to be provided in that manner. Alright, let's go ask for 4,000 more feet.
Rome Center Speedbird 2377. Request 14,000 feet.
Speedbird 2377 descend and maintain 14,000 feet.
Alright, let's go ahead and slow to 210.
Descend and maintain
First.
14,000 feet. Speedbird 2377.
Get the plane slowed down even more, just so we're ahead of the curve. Go 140. 14,000. Go. Perfect. Oh, look at that tailwind that we got, though. We got a nice tailwind. 38 knots. That helps a little bit. So things have kind of calmed down. Now, it looks like real-world weather right now. Unfortunately, we've got a pretty, not a significant crosswind, but about 7 knots. 5 knots. 5 to 7, I guess. So, a little bit of a crosswind, but it shouldn't be too significant to affect our landing. We're not going to be, not like what we were experiencing way up before. Alright, so we are coming in. To Rome. Thank you again to Chris for the suggestion. Really been good, despite the turbulence, and yeah, really great stuff. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, Chris. Can't, for some reason, the max brake. So, like I said before, once we get over the runway, we'll disengage. I want to get a little bit lower, kick off the autopilot and the auto throttle as quickly as possible so that we're close to the runway and we come in and hopefully set down at a really good speed. And then as soon as we set down, the speed brakes will pop, the auto brake will engage, and then I'm going to hit the reverse thrusters, and hopefully that brings us to a fairly quick slow down enough so we can churn off and get to a gate. So that's the plan. We don't want to run out of runway if we can help it. Campo de Volo Peter Pan. That's one of those little Aero Club places right there. Named after Peter Pan. That's pretty funny. Good stuff right there. I saw Avio Superficie. What was it? Pantala. Probably butchering that. The only, quite honestly, the only Italian word I know is tifosi. That's it. That's the only one I could really claim to know. Everything else I don't know how to say it. So. Let's see. Because a friend of mine, or actually my old oil painting teacher, that when I took her classes when I lived in Savannah, she's Italian, so when it was her birthday, I sent her a nice birthday message in Italian. She said, "I didn't know you spoke Italian." I said, "I don't. I only know the word tifosi." I said, "I had a translator. I used like to create the message for you." She said, "Oh, okay." I said, "No, I wish I knew Italian that well, but no, I don't." Alright, let's go ahead and get our lights on just so that we're set up for that. At least our landing lights. We like to be a well-lit plane because it looks like we're going to have to go through a little bit of thin cloud cover here as we come into Italy, or to Rome. So I like to be well lit. Oh, it doesn't look like they're on. Oh, there it is. They're on now. It's hard to kind of tell sometimes. But from down here, they're definitely on. Okay, cool. You know, and people, well, mainly on Facebook, people that I've known on Facebook, it's their birthday. I try, if they're not from, depending on where they are from in the world, I try to wish them a happy birthday in their native language. But I think that's just a nice thing to do. All right, go to an 8,000.
2377. Request 8,000 feet.
Speedbird 2377 descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and slow to
Descend and
1.
maintain 8,000
I think we're okay. We got a little bit left to go. So I don't want to slow down too much just yet. Ooh. Okay, I can do that. That's more reasonable.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Speedbird 2377.
So I'm guessing pretty soon we'll get an updated altimeter reading. We should. I want to say it's Roger Penske's birthday today too. Hold on a sec. I was just remembering that. 'Cause I was like, 3 years ago when I was doing my radio show, I was talking about. No, it's 2 days from now. February 20th. Yeah. Right. I think I did like an early birthday wish for him. Truly a giant in motorsports, Roger Penske. They have completed their more testing of the Porsche LMDH prototype that will be debuted next year when the hypercar LMDH agreement between the ACO and IMSA takes place. So really looking forward to Team Penske. Hopefully they're going to go to Le Mans and win. I think if they can do that, then Roger Penske's going to retire completely. You know, he's going to be like, somebody else can take control now. I've done, you know, I've won a lot of different things. I think he'd like to win Le Mans outright, just once, even. This is to add that to his overall achievements. That would be quite an amazing success if he's able to do it. I'd certainly root for him. So let's see if we can go to. We said go to 10. We're there. I want to go to 8 now. Let's see if we can get a further reduction. Yes. I just want to be a little bit ahead of the curve here.
Rome Center Speedbird 2377.
Oh.
Request 6,000 feet.
Oh, crap.
Speedbird 2377 descend and maintain 10,000
Okay,
feet.
so
Expect 6,000 feet.
we're
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect 6,000 feet. Speedbird 2377.
let's go 3. So yeah, they didn't give us an updated yet, so it should be. They should have given us one now by now. So alright, so we should be at 10,000 feet correctly now. That's the difficult part. So it should have. if we don't get it now, they'll give us one here. It'll probably be 3006, but we'll wait. Let's see. Oops. When he does that. Oh my goodness. He just throws everything into...
Speed bird 2377 descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Keep speed not above 230 knots.
Okay.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Keep speed not above
Goodness, now it goes
230
the
knots.
complete
Speed
other
bird
direction. Now I gotta...
2377.
Oops. Come on. Oh, for the love of God. I gotta get this dialed back too, because we need to really start slowing down now. That's way too slow.
Speed bird 2377 contact Rome approach on 127.905. Good day.
127.905 Speedbird 2377. Rome approach Speedbird 2377 is at 9,900 feet, descending 6,000 feet. Speedbird 2377
3009.
30.09er. Continue to Tiber as planned.
Oh my goodness. You click it one way and it goes all kinds of wonky on you. I don't quite understand why it does that. Well, we got to really drop. I think, well, we only got 29 nautical miles, Joseph, so we're almost there. Let's see. We got to be at 3,000 feet. That's our minimum for landing, so.
Speedbird 2377, you are 29er miles north.
Alright, so we're...
Present heading at altitude, expect ILS Zulu runway 15 approach via Charlie Mike Papa transition. Cleared to Charlie Mike Papa.
Perfect. Alright, there we go.
Maintain present heading and altitude, expect ILS Zulu runway 15 approach via Charlie Mike Papa transition.
Now
Cleared
this
to
one's kind
Charlie
of
Mike
odd. It's
Papa
like
Speedbird
9,000 feet, but I'm not
2377.
going to go. I'm not going to climb. It might tell us to climb, but I'm not going to. I'm not down with that wonkiness today. Nothing's going on. It's fine. It's just the dials. Whenever you try to dial something, it goes to like one extreme or the other, and then you got to try to get it dialed back in. That's the problem, Joseph. We'll give it a little bit more flap here. So yeah, so we're going to be within that limit, 2.5 hours of flying time. So yeah, it's gone pretty well, despite any minor hiccups with the dials. But that's fine. I'm going to put the dome light back on just to have a little bit of extra light here in the flight deck. I'm going to get below that cloud cover, and it's going to diffuse the light in the cabin anyway, or make it a little bit darker. So. Alright, so we're there. What's our next step here? I think that's pretty much okay. So I'm going to have to get to 160 now, so we are set for final. sure our speed brakes are armed. I think they are. Just double check. There we go. Perfect. All right. It was funny, I was on early this morning trying to get get things set up for the flight today, or downloading any updates and all that stuff, and then Joe sends me a group request. I was like, I'm not even showing online. How does he know I'm online? Nice. Good morning message from Doris.
Speedbird 2377
There we go.
descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Perfect.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Speedbird 2377.
Avio Superficie Sante Stefano. Sante Stefano. Interesting name. Landing gear down. We got down to 3,000 feet fairly quickly. I like it. Good stuff right there. I think we're pretty much set up for success now. We've gotten slowed down. We might get one more altimeter reading update here at the end before we land. We'll be ready for that. It should. It might change here in a moment. So this cloud cover is about what it would be in real life, because it says on the MEDTAR website that there was clouds here at about 3,000 feet, so that's to be expected. So this seems to be very real-world weather right now. We've got a bit of a headwind, not too significant, 7 knots coming across that away, so it's okay. We were just around here the other day. There's Urbay. We weren't too far from here when we did the Valentine's Day flight.
Speedbird 2377, you are 15 miles northwest of Ciampino. Contact Ciampino Tower on 119.41 inbound on the approach. Tower on 119.4 Speedbird 2377. Ciampino Tower Speedbird 2377, 14 miles northwest, inbound ILS Ulip runway 15 approach. Speedbird 09er, wind 186 at 8. Cleared ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach. Ciampino Tower, Speedbird 2377, inbound ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach.
Oh, we already got the glide slope. Oh, yes, it's going in.
2377, Ciampino Tower.
I love it.
Altimeter tree, 0.09er, wind
All right, let's go ahead and get to 140.
Cleared ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach. Ciampino Tower, Speedbird 2377, inbound ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach. Speedbird 2377, Ciampino Tower. Altimeter tree, 0.09er,
Well, they really want to make sure that we know that we've got clearance to
Cleared
land.
ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Ciampino Tower, Speedbird 2377, inbound ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach. Speedbird 2377,
Wow.
Ciampino Tower.
Well, I guess it's okay that they want to make sure that we know we're cleared to land, but goodness gracious.
Ciampino Tower, Speedbird 2377, inbound ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach.
How many? Give it to us one more. Yes, one more time.
Ciampino Tower. Altimeter tree, 0.09er, wind 185 at 8. Cleared ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach.
So we should get the.
Ciampino Tower, Speedbird 2377, inbound ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach. Speedbird 2377.
Boy, yeah, we
Tower.
know. All right, now we're nosing over
0.09er,
just a little bit. We're starting.
Cleared
Come on,
ILS,
nose
Zulu
over,
runway
nose over.
15 approach.
Nose over, please.
Ciampino Tower, Speedbird
Nose
2377,
over,
inbound
please.
ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach.
There we go. Now we're nosing over.
Speedbird 2377, Ciampino Tower. Altimeter 0.09er, wind 186 at 8. Cleared ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach.
2,500.
Well, they're definitely keeping my co-pilot busy.
377, inbound ILS, Zulu runway 15
Goodness.
2,500.
Speedbird 2377, Ciampino Tower.
Can we? Yeah, we know.
Altimeter tree,
We
0.09er,
are well
wind
aware we have
186
clearance.
at 8. Cleared ILS,
Goodness
Zulu
gracious.
runway 15 approach. Ciampino Tower, Speedbird 2377, inbound ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach. Speedbird 2377, Ciampino Tower. Altimeter tree, 0.09er,
Oh, it's like if it's not one thing, it's another that they bug us with.
Zulu runway 15
Oh
approach.
my goodness. Well, hopefully it
Ciampino
stops
Tower,
here any moment.
Speedbird
I apologize
2377,
about that,
inbound
folks.
ILS, Zulu runway
They really
15
want to make
approach.
sure we know what we're cleared for.
Speedbird 2377, Ciampino Tower.
Goodness gracious.
Altimeter tree, 0.09er, wind 186 at 8.
You know, as they say, when in Rome.
Ciampino Tower, Speedbird 2377, inbound ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach. Speedbird 2377, Ciampino Tower. Altimeter tree,
Oh, nice little view as we come in here to Ciampino.
cleared ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach. Ciampino Tower, Speedbird 2377, inbound ILS, Zulu runway 15 approach.
All right.
Speedbird 2377, Ciampino Tower. Altimeter
Goodness
tree,
gracious.
0.09er,
They're gonna keep telling us until we're almost ready to land.
cleared ILS,
Like just
Zulu
right when
runway
we get to the
15
edge of the
approach.
runway, they'll finally stop telling us.
Speedbird 2377, wind 206 at 12. Cleared to land runway 15. Cleared to land runway 15, Speedbird 2377.
Is that the end of it now? Finally, they shut up. Man. All right.
1,000.
Yeah, I know, Bex, huh? Boy, they were very naggy. Goodness gracious. All right, here we go. All right, we gotta time this very quickly here, because this is going to be a very short landing, but we're going to make it work.
$500. 400.
Here we go.
300. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Try.
Come on, settle down, settle down, settle down. Get down, get down. Ooh. Ooh, boy. Well, we made it. Let's get that all put away, and we will turn to the right, I guess? Coming up here. Is that our parking spot there? That can't be our parking spot. Is it? Wow. I thought there was an airport. I don't know that there's even a place that we were supposed to really land here. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, welcome to Rome, Italy. Local time is 15:08, I believe. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, including First Officer Chris, we thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate the fact that you have many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream viewing pleasures. And we are glad that you chose to fly with us today. Do join us tomorrow, Spitfire Saturday. We will be, we will be flying from Junction City, Kansas to Beatrice, Nebraska in the Spitfire. So do join us for that. Should be a good flight. I think that's our parking spot there. We'll verify that. Yeah, I don't think this plane is supposed to land here, although there is another A320, it looks like, right there. I think. Looks like another Airbus, but I could be wrong. Yeah, looks like it is. I'm not seeing the... Oh, yeah, it is. It is, well, technically it could be, but it's, I mean, I guess they have, like, you know, you can have, but it's very, I'm sure it's like a very, you know, an airport that only really experienced pilots would fly into because it's a very short runway, technically, but we made it, that's fine. I'm glad to have done it, and, you know, I could have probably picked another one, but we picked this, and it's fine. I'm sure there's another airport nearby that's probably better suited for this plane, but it's fine. We made it. Everything worked as intended. So, it's all good in the neighborhood. Uh-oh. It's like Customs is already here to question us about our... Well, you're gonna have to go way farther out than that there, buddy. I could blow your plane or little van over with these engines. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a good choice. Alright, real quick before we end, I want to see if I can... Let's do this. I wanted to see how it's modeled through here, if anything. Oh, it won't even let me through. Okay. Well, so much for that idea. Can't even go through the door. Good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and shut it down and call this a good flight. Yeah, 2 hours and 19 minutes. So we were well within the 2.5 hours of flying time, so that worked out very well. I think because we got that headwind as we were making our way towards the airport, so that helped out a little bit, caught a little speed back up, so it all worked out in the end. So yeah, good stuff. Thank you again, Chris, and yeah, so good stuff. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. Do join us again tomorrow, Spitfire Saturday, Junction City to Beatrice, Kansas to Nebraska. Should be a good flight. Hopefully it'll be nice. We'll have some fairly decent weather. We'll make sure of that so we have a nice little flight there. So, yeah. So anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. Greatly appreciate everybody coming in. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Peace. Live long and prosper.